that in a preseason game?
It's less about I should say first, we know we have to win road games to be a good team to compete in the West and try to fight for seeding throughout the course of the season. Obviously, correcting what went wrong last year is important, but we're not really talking about it in that respect. It's more the sense of urgency on us trying to figure out what we look like this year, how we come together on both sides of the ball, build our chemistry, which we've been doing, putting time in for a while now. So excited about figuring out whatever the game within the game is on a nightly basis within the preseason to just feel good about ourselves going into the season. And if we can develop an identity over these next 4 games, knowing that we're going to be trying a lot of different stuff, that'll carry over to the regular season where you can have a lot more confidence that you can win road games because you can't do what we did last year.
What's the identity you want this season?
It's a smart basketball team that is connected, right? Like Coach has been saying that since I think he first got back from Team USA, talking about our team is we need to be connected. We need to be in a position where we all complement each other when we're out there on the floor. Obviously what CP brings, another great ball handler, somebody that can help orchestrate the offense. We have some more veterans on top of JK and Moses taking the next step in their young careers. You probably have some surprise guys, crack the rotation to help us. So it's going to be by committee like it always has when we win. But I think a high IQ basketball team that understands, we're not going to have too many more cracks at this. So we've got to figure out how to do it now.
Steph, who has surprised you so far throughout camp? So who has surprised you so far throughout camp?
I mean, it's not like BP's like guys that you don't know. You expect Clay to ball, you expect Loon to do what he does, you expect Wiggs to come back and assert his dominance on both ends of the floor. Like GP to be a disruptor out there. All the guys that we know, you don't take it for granted, but you expect those guys to do what they do. And when they have flashes, you're like, yeah, they're supposed to be doing that. Myself included. The young guys are obviously getting an opportunity. JK's been playing, really well in practice. They had a great first preseason game. BP really been showing how much he understands the game of basketball at such a young age and how confident he is in himself, and that shows every time he steps on the floor. So that's been a nice surprise. But I just like the energy around here, from everybody. So that's been the biggest thing.
Steph, it's training camp, so it's early. But what have been the signs that you've seen that give you some comfort and hope that the partnership with CP will work for all parties?
The one thing we can control right now is our collective focus and intentions on how we're going to try to play. The game itself will tell you what needs to happen as we go through the season. We can have the perfect plan and get thrown a curveball and with how teams are going to guard us or different play sets that work and some that don't work, and you got to be able to adjust on the fly. But as long as we're connected on trying to elevate each other, him trying to elevate us as a team, that has to be the intentions behind everything. And then, like I said, the rest will kind of take care of itself. So I like the way that we've been communicating. The biggest thing is for him to continue to be who he has his whole career. Like I said, he's elevated every team he's been on, and if we bring our egos and our collective competitiveness, but also understand there's going to be some sacrifice that needs to happen along the way from everybody, then we'll put ourselves in the best chance to be successful.
Have you two made a point of it to talk every day? Maybe are y'all watching film together just to stay in tune with one another?
It's more communication. There's not a lot of film really because he's such a unique player, and we have a style that he hasn't necessarily played. He's played against, obviously, but never where that's been like the bread and butter of the teams that he's been on because of his skill set. So if we can find that middle ground where he adapts and we adapt together, that's all been like the communication we've been having. It's hard to like have any real film to go besides like play sets and stuff to say, oh, this is what we're gonna run, because it's gonna look different when he's out there with us. And that could be a really good thing. And then as you go through the rest of preseason, you get to a point where we understand truly what rotations are going to look like. Then you can start to get real specific with how we can be more, like the most, I guess, efficient with all the different looks we're going to throw out there.
Stood out to you about the way that Chris Paul scrimmaging the second game, Steve Nash
It's been a good balance of it all. Like, honestly, when you asked that question, I was trying to remember which session he specifically ran with the second unit, and it took me a second to remember because we mix it up a lot. But that's the big thing about him is he connects a lot of different lineups because he's such a good playmaker and decision maker and orchestrator of the offense. So it gives us a different look that we hadn't had in a very long time.
Another guy we haven't asked about is Clay. This is probably hard to be succinct about, but what has he meant to the success of your career?
I think like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, somebody asked a similar type question. It's like, there's no me without him, there's no him without me, and Draymond as well. You throw everybody in the group that's been a part of this journey. And so I'll probably write too long of like a little essay after my career's over with on like what that actually looks like, but we're all still here for a reason because we've complemented each other so well, and there's still confidence that we can win at the highest level together. And like all the experiences that we've been through, like none of the success that we've had, none of the banners happen without any of us, and Clay is as important to that as anybody.
Steph, is there an origin story at all to why your name is pronounced Stephen as opposed to Steven?
You gotta ask Jack and Juanita Curry out of Grottoes, Virginia, where my pops was born. Because he was Wardell Stephen Curry, the first, I guess you would say. The Wardell name is a family name that's been passed down, but yeah, I don't know what they got the pronunciation for. I suffered my whole childhood because everybody called me Steven if they read it on the paper. Still to this day, I get it every once in a while. So I was contemplating putting like a little accent on my name in high school. Just being funny, just to make sure people didn't mispronounce it, but.
The CarMax people gotten the memo yet?
Huh?
The CarMax folks gotten the memo yet?
Yeah, on the contract it says, yeah, the phonetic pronunciation for sure.
So I'm a trying to my dad, he obviously thinks. He also goes by Dell, but did anybody ever call him Stephen or Steven? No? So it's just...
Nah, he was Dell from the jump.
Okay.
Just his legal name was what it was. And then nobody ever really knew about Wardell with me until high school. Yeah, from jump.
Steph, you dominated the GM survey. The GM survey, you're aware of it, of course, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You dominated it. They said you're number 1 for taking the final shot, number 2 for leadership after LeBron, number 1 pure shooter, number 1 point guard, number 1 moving without the ball, number 1 makes the other team have to adjust the most, and then Nikola Jokic was right there. Which of those is most impressive for you, you're most proud of? Was the hardest for you to do?
I think I got to add one to that list I saw. I think I might have been on the shooting guard list too.
Oh, excuse me.
So that's probably the one I'm most proud of. Is it doesn't matter what people say what our position is. I still don't necessarily agree, but the fact that I can play on and off the ball and be as efficient on both is how I played my whole career, even back in high school. So that's the one I'm most proud of, in the sense that it's recognized as kind of a dual threat type situation, even though I am a point guard.
What do you think about them not picking you guys to win a title?
I repeat what Coach said.
It's Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious?
Oh, I'm very. But I used to, that was a big deal in my house growing up. I should say my house, for me. Used to watch all the Friday the 13th movies. Love Jason, the whole deal. So it's always fun when it comes around. Nothing more to it than that, though.
Are you gonna be spooky tonight, maybe?
Nah. Wait till the regular season.
You also mentioned,
Thank you.
you also mentioned that people still mispronounce it sometimes. Do you remember the last time somebody mispronounced it?
Where was I at? Oh yeah, on vacation. Checking into the hotel and show them the ID and all that, but I usually, rooms might be under stuff and they read it the wrong way. Even though sometimes they do notice, but they'll correct themselves quick. But this one, particularly this summer, they did not correct themselves, so I had to correct them.
Where'd you go?